anything you want to say before we get started?
Fire.
Okay, we're going to fire away, and we will start with Skylar.
Good day, Donnie. Thanks for the time.
My pleasure, Skylar.
Rick said yesterday the building around Luka continues now. Where does that building start, do you think?
Yeah, as you guys know, we'll be aggressive in the off season. It's a big summer for us. We're looking forward to putting the other building blocks in place. We look internally first, as we always do, and we like a lot of the things that we've seen. We think as a young team, we've kind of taken the next step. Obviously, we ran into a little bit of a veteran buzzsaw. Some of guys that we were slapping up against took it to a different level, and but as we try to figure out again the pieces to augment our situation, we'll meet with Rick, Mark, obviously the staff in the next couple of days, and hit the ground running in Chicago.
Tim McMahon.
Donnie, what are your priorities heading into free agency, obviously with some flexibility?
Yeah, it depends. Obviously, it takes two to tango, and so I think that's what in the next couple of days, and we have a chance to visit with Rick and see. We like a lot of the pieces that we have, Tim. We think that we're going in the right direction. This was another step, although right now today as we sit here, we're really disappointed. The good news is that we've got some really good, nice young pieces that fit together. And then, of course, we've got to, add to that, which is our priority.
Dwayne?
Yes, Danny, how you doing today?
Good, Dwayne. Thank you.
How was, when you look back on the season, Danny, how difficult it was to look back and see that you were up 2-0 after winning the first two games in LA and was up 3-0 and coming back home and not getting out of this series? How difficult was that?
Sure, Dwayne. It was excruciating for us. I think the momentum that we got on the road, the kind of reception that we got at home, our fans took this building to a whole nother rockability. It was deafening in there, and to be able to or not to be able to come up with the result was frustrating for all of us. The good news is, against that squad, to win, road games and put ourselves into a Game 7 situation, you're always pulling from those experiences and taking, positives. But look, Game 6 is when we really should have, tended to business, and we got one. We let one slip away, and then Game 7, anything can happen, and unfortunately, they had a couple of guys that took it to a different level, and on both ends of the ball, and then they had some support off the bench that really took it up as well.
Okay, Tim Cato.
Hey, Donnie, good to talk to you.
Hey, Tim.
Eight of the 10 players who appeared in Game 7 were on the roster after you made that Kristaps Porzingis trade, the trade with New York. Obviously, there's been internal development and there's been acquisitions I think it's fair to say didn't work out like hoped. But do you think it's that points to there just not being enough talent addition and roster improvement over the past two seasons?
Well, we're in an upgrade business, as you know. We're whether it's 17, 16, 15, all the way up. We feel that we've got some really good pieces that fit with Luka. We feel that we've got some depth and some versatility. Of course, if we can add another significant veteran with experience that, is a standout, no-brainer, top 3 player on this roster. No question, you pull the trigger and don't look back, whether it's, trade, free agency. But we really do like the chemistry and the way things are moving and trending. Look, the ideal would have been this year to take the next step, get out of the first round. That would have been, the prototypical, block by block, progression chart, so to speak. But it didn't happen. Look, they matched up well. They took it, their veterans took it to a different level, and we weren't able to match that. And as a result, we're sitting here disappointed. But overall, we really like the core group. We would like to add, obviously, talent. But this was a good, successful, let's call it second-year trajectory.
All right, Callie, we've got 2 more. Callie and Brad, and then we'll be done. Callie, go ahead.
Hey, Donnie, thank you for your time. Curious, what did you make of the season that Tim Hardaway had in terms of, being willing to come off the bench and then starting to end the season, and how much of a priority or focus will it be to be in touch with this camp, heading into the offseason?
Yeah, Tim, like his dad, is the consummate, ultimate professional. I think Tim is such a passionate winner. And sometimes those emotions can, get the best of him. And I think this year he really took a step in maturity and was able to capture that. The fact that he was willing to, whether it's 6th man or start, do what's ever in the best interest of the team, is just shows the kind of person he is. Really good fit for Luka and Kristaps. He and Kristaps have a terrific relationship going, all the way back to, New York. And so I think there's some real chemistry there between those 3. And we're obviously looking forward at the appropriate time to sitting down with his representation.
Brad, last one.
Yeah, Donnie. So speaking of chemistry, I think it's fair to say that I think it's pretty clear that Luka took a step forward this year, and Porzingis had his moments. But do you think that Luka and Porzingis as a tandem and how you guys utilized them took a step forward or backward? Do you have any concerns about, maybe lack of working together?
Great question, Brad. I mean, if you look at Luka and just the amazing year he had, and here's a guy that thinks that he can win every possession of every game. I mean, and his numbers are unique. I think part of his maturity is, again, knowing how to balance, all those kill shots, with, involving teammates, at the right time. That's just part of the maturity process. And I think as we move forward that you'll see, I think, more of an inclusive effort overall on those fronts. I do know that their, supposed riff, tiff, whatever you want to call it, is way overblown. Both those guys want to win. And I think as time goes by, that it's not just KP, but it's Timmy, it's other players. I think you'll see a settling down and a balancing of Luka's repertoire. And I think not only obviously can he put up big numbers, but I think you'll see those assists start popping up as well, and involving more and more of his teammates. That's just part of, in my opinion, a young 22-year-old superstar learning how to win and using all of the chess pieces on the table. I think that's just part of his maturity process.
All right, thanks, Donnie.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, I'll let you know when Rick is on his way.